welcome back to my channel. I'm trying something new, obviously, as you can see. Just wanted to point that out. It's getting a little fuzzy, and yeah, that has nothing to do with this video. Today I want to talk about something that I think is very, very, very important for anyone starting, to build their credit. This is not for people that have bad credit, even though some things could work, but I'm specifically talking about people that are starting to build their credit. Have already started, probably like not too long ago, or they haven't started yet. I'm gonna give some tips on how to build your credit and get a high credit score faster. So disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor. I am just telling you what I know, what I've experienced, and what has worked for me. So if you don't, okay, let's just get this out of the way. If you know that you're irresponsible, if you know that you cannot build your credit, if you know, I'm not even gonna say that you can't build your credit, if you know that you're not at the stage in your life where you're going to be responsible with your money and pay your bills on time and put your bills or your credit bill, I'm gonna just say your credit card bill, before things that are not a necessity. If you're not ready to do that, if you're not ready to be disciplined, then don't do it. Don't get a credit card, because all you're gonna do is put yourself in debt. So before anything, before you even listen to the rest of this video, if you're not ready to do that, if you're not ready to be responsible, if you're not ready to pay your bills on time and make sure you pay it on time, then you shouldn't continue. Now, the first tip I have is to only use 10 to 30% of the credit limit. So let's say you don't have a credit card yet. You're getting a credit card, you need to get a secured credit card. It is a card that you have to put money on. You have to put money on the card. You have to pretty much pay for the card. So that could be from $100 to $200. Now, when I first did it, I had to put $200, and my limit would be $20. Do not spend more than $20. I made sure that I paid it way before the bill was due. So my bill was due on the 16th, so I would pay it on the 1st of the month, or anything in between there. I would not pay it on the 16th, because depending on what day it fell on, I could be late. So yeah, don't use over 30%. 10 to 30% is more than enough. So to piggyback off of that, for my second tip is pay on time. Do not, I'm just saying, this is very crucial to building your credit faster and to have a good credit score. Always pay on time. Pay it on time. I don't care if you think it's only going to be one day late. No, pay it on time, every single time. Do not miss a payment on your payment. Make sure you write it in your calendar. Do something. Make sure that you don't miss that payment. Especially when you first get the credit card, you're going to have to show them for 6 months that you're responsible and that you can pay it on time. And for the first 6 months, they're going to be watching you heavily, even though they're going to be watching you regardless. But the first 6 months is crucial, especially if you want a credit increase quicker. The third tip I have is for people that, I don't even want to say this because it's going to tempt you, but if you're responsible, then this will work if you're willing to use more than the 30% for whatever reason. Now, when you do that, you have to know and be 100% sure that you can pay it before the statement date. The statement date is about 3 to 5 days after the, I'm gonna say 3 to 5 days after the bill is due. The statement date is when the credit bureau runs your credit to see how much money you owe on your credit cards. Now, if you pay it before the statement date, all of it, everything, if you pay everything that you spent before the statement date, then it shows that you have $0 that you owe. $0 that you owe. So that helps, that shows them, okay, they're using the credit card, but they're paying everything. So they seem pretty responsible. And you keep doing that and on a consistent basis, then you know your credit score will raise. But my point is, the statement date is one of the most important days, because that is the day the credit bureau runs your credit. And if you pay all of it, everything that you've used that month before the statement date, it shows a zero. I forget the name of it, but it pretty much shows that you don't owe anything. So that is a high impact on your credit score. Another thing that's a high impact on your credit score is paying on time. Okay? The credit card that I have Capital One. So I would definitely recommend getting Capital One as your first credit card, because if you pay on time, you pay what you owe, all of it. If you use more than 30% and you pay it on time before the statement date, cool. But I wouldn't make a habit of it. Okay? I got a credit increase from Capital One the first year, and it would have been sooner if I didn't use all of my credit card. I used my whole credit card without being able to pay the whole thing. Pretty much. Like I had a $200 credit and credit limit, and I used $186, and I paid the minimum, but you know, I used $186, so that dropped my credit score a lot, like almost 100, over 100 points. So once I did that, I never did it again unless I could pay it. And ever since then, I have a 100% on-time payment streak, and that really helps my credit score a lot. Using 10 to 30, well, 0 to 10% is considered excellent, and it's a high impact on your score. And paying on time is a high impact on your score as well. So those two things, very, very important. Now, in conclusion, you have to do all of these things. When you're building your credit, you have to do all of these things to get a credit increase and to have a high credit score. And if you fuck up, your credit score is gonna get fucked up, okay? Just be responsible. Having credit is very important. Having credit, especially at a young age, if you can do it at a young age, do it now. Do it now. It's so important. You need a credit score. You need credit. You need credit. And if you can do it at a young age, you're working, do it. And be responsible. Be responsible. Be responsible. Pay on time. Pay what you spent on time. Every time. Like your life depends on it. Like, I don't care if you got to choose between paying your damn rent and paying that credit card bill. You better pay that credit card bill, because you can get put out of that place and whatever, or you can miss the rent at that place, and you know you get a fee or a fee or something. You rather get a fee or your credit score drop or mess up your credit score. Like, I put my credit score before everything, because at the end of the day, that's what I'm gonna need to get what I need. So be responsible, pay on time, 10 to 30%. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I guarantee you, especially with Capital One, I just got a new credit card, Credit One. I'm gonna see how that is, but because I haven't used it yet. But Capital One, pay on time every time, and you will get a credit increase within the first 6 months, a year, and probably about a few months after that year. So thank you guys for watching. You know, I really hope that this helped. And if you guys want to see any more videos on this, just comment below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.